This guy is 21-year-old Artur a former student of the Burg Dreier Schützengasse, a top high school in Graz, Austria. However, he dropped out in 2022 and would later go on to commit something truly horrifying. So what happened? What went wrong for Artur a? Artur was born in 2003 to an Austrian mother and Armenian father in Kausdorf bei Graz, a sleepy suburb. Growing up, he didn't really stand out, and neighbors often referred to him as inconspicuous, unaware of what was brewing within him. He had no social media presence and only had one friend. He became extremely addicted to first-person shooter games, and his life eventually centered around playing these games, with the only form of social interaction he had being the people he spoke to online while playing. Artur lived alone with his mum in an apartment along with his pet cat. In school, Artur was always alone and faced bullying, as well as repeating 6th grade before eventually dropping out in 2022. In 2023, Artur applied for the Austrian Armed Forces, but failed the psychological evaluation and was deemed mentally unfit. Yet in April 2025, he passed a gun permit psychological test, buying a sawed-off Mercury shotgun and a Glock 19 pistol in May. He then began practicing at a Graz shooting range. Afterwards, he tried to make a pipe bomb, which he planned to detonate in the school, but it didn't seem functional, so he left it at home. Artur decided to write a handwritten note along with a video and left it behind for his mum. In the message, he apologized and asked his mum to forgive him for what he is about to do, as well as asking her to take care of his cat, and stated that he is acting on his own free will, blaming bullying and the school as the root cause for all his actions. 24 minutes later, his mum opened the video and immediately alerted the police, but it was too late as he already began carrying out his plans. On June the 10th of 2025 at 9:43 a.m, just after he had left a message for his mum, Artur entered Burg Dreier Schützengasse, a school of 350 to 400 people during matural oral exams. Just after the third lesson, in a third-floor restroom, he donned shooting glasses, a headset, and a weapons belt with a hunting knife, loaded his Glock 19 and sawed-off shotgun. At 9:57 a.m, he began a 13-minute rampage, though some reports say 17 minutes. The worst school shooting in Austria's post-war history. Starting in his old second-floor 5th grade classroom, he fired through locked doors with his shotgun, then used his pistol targeting students aged 14 to 17. He roamed floors, shot outside the school, and blasted doors. Religious studies teacher Paul Nitsch saw him spray bullets, saying, "This isn't real." Teachers ordered students to lie flat and barricade the doors with chairs, saving lives. At 10:07 a.m, Artur was then surrounded by police and shot himself in a third-floor toilet cubicle. The attack killed 9 students, 6 girls, 3 boys aged 14 to 17, including 1 Polish and 1 French citizen, and a 59-year-old female teacher who died Tuesday evening. Among them were Leah Ilir, Bajrami, a 15-year-old Kosovan girl, Hannah, a 15-year-old of Bosnian descent with medical dreams, and Leo, honored at a vigil. Others included a Franco-African, 2 of Bosnian descent, 1 of Albanian descent from Kosovo, and Artur's neighbor's daughter, a devastating loss for Kausdorf. 11 others were injured between the ages of 15 to 27, including 2 Romanians and 1 Iranian. 2 remained critical and 1 of them needed facial surgery. At 9:55 a.m, calls flooded in, including one at 10 a.m. from a woman near the school hearing shots. Over 300 officers, including Cobra units, arrived at 10:06 a.m, securing the school by 10:17. Per police spokesman Sabri Yorgun, a helicopter circled the premises. Students evacuated to the Asko football stadium or Helmut List Hall. The Red Cross sent 160 responders, doctors, paramedics, counsellors. Graz University Hospital treated 12 injured, 9 in intensive care but stable. Residents donated blood at a Red Cross hotel centre at Sturm Graz's facility. and active shooter training helped teachers save more lives. Mayor Elk Carr called it a terrible tragedy, and Chancellor Christian Stocker named it a dark day, declaring 3 days of mourning starting June 11th. Austria stood still to honor the victims. Hannah's father wrote, "My little mouse, may God give you paradise." Leah's aunt grieved online. Leo's memory lingered at vigils. That evening, thousands gathered at Graz's main square, blanketing the fountain in candles. Artur's suicide spared him justice, but Austrian law would have been severe. For 10 murders, he'd face multiple counts under 75 of the Penal Code, each carrying life with no parole for 15 years. 11 attempted murders or aggravated bodily harm could add up to 7 years per count. His pipe bomb and bombing plans risked terrorist act. Preparation charges, 2 to 10 years. With premeditation practicing since March, buying weapons in April and May, he would have faced life without parole. In his note, he apologized to his family and claimed this was all of his own free will, blaming bullying to be the main cause. The police noted that his online shooter game obsession may have desensitized him to such things, and by targeting his old classroom, it was obvious he had deep resentment and held a grudge against the school. But if you want to see the full detailed story about an innocent boy who became a mass murdering psychopathic incel, you're gonna wanna watch this video. Just trust me, you ain't seen a video like this. Just click the thumbnail on screen to watch this video now, and I'll see you over in the next one.